everybody, and welcome to another Nephilim Builds. Today we're going to stack the deck as Sciel from Clair Obscur Expedition 33. As always, keep in mind that these videos are about capturing the spirit of the character rather than capturing their abilities perfectly. With that said, let's address something real quick. It feels like with each of these characters I make, it gets harder and harder to copy their unique mechanic. I'm just going to say right out, there is nothing that can copy Foretell, Sun and Moon, or Twilight. At least not in the exact way that they function in-game. There's also no way to copy Intervention or Fortune's Fury, and I'm not sure of any combination of spell or ability to give multiple people a buff to damage, defense, and speed, so no all set. So I'm just going to focus on high single target damage, AoE darkness damage, and lifesteal. With that said, let's start with ability scores. Using the standard pointer array, we'll put the 15 into Charisma. She's got the most entertainer energy of the group, and you need good people skills to teach children. After that's the 14 Dexterity. Sciel was always one of the faster characters for me. Plus, she's very ninja coded, or perhaps more specifically Yuffie coded. Up next is the 13 in Constitution. HP Pictos are essential. We'll put the 12 into Wisdom for survival and the 10 to Intelligence. Lastly, we'll dump Strength if we won't need it. For species, Sciel is of course human. We'll get Resourceful, pick Survival, and take the Lucky feat. We'll make a custom background player increases into Charisma and Constitution. We'll pick Performance and Acrobatics for skills, cards because I forgot you could pick gaming sets, and the Tough feat. I know it just depends on what Pictos you pick, but Sciel always had the most HP for me. Moving on to class, we're going to start off as a Warlock. We'll get Wisdom and Charisma saving throws and pick Arcana and History for skills. We'll also be proficient with light armor and simple weapons. At level 1, we'll get our Eldritch Invocations, taking the Pact of the Blade. I'm thinking the glaive is the closest thing to Sciel's weapons. Although my favorite Sciel weapon, the Urangason, is probably closer to a quarterstaff. Healing while applying Foretell is just so good. I use that weapon throughout the whole game. We'll also get 2 cantrips taking Eldritch Blast for free shots and True Strike for Twilight Slash. We'll also get 2 spells taking Hexamark and Arms Fadar for Bad Omen. Or Firing Shadow, take your pick. At level 2 we'll get Magical Cunning and take Armor of Shadows and Fiendish Vigor. We'll also take Expeditious Retreat to flee. At level 3 we'll get our Otherworldly Patron picking the Hexblade. If you're wondering who our patron is, let's go with Ghost Verso. I'm pretty sure Chroma comes from the painters. We'll get Hex Warrior for medium armor, shields, and all weapons, as well as Hexblade's Curse. This could be like Foretell, though it's not perfect. Actually, no. Hex is Foretell, Hexblade's Curse is Healing Mark, since you regain health on a kill. Wait, no, that's Sweet Kill, isn't it? We'll also get Shield to parry and Wrathful Smite for more single target damage. Not sure what to pick, but I do know what I want my Phantom Blade to be. We'll also get Blur and Branding Smite, ignore both, and take Spray of Cards for Card Weaver. At level 4 we'll take the Wordcaster feat, Routing Charisma. We'll also take Prestidigitation for effects and Borrowed Knowledge to be good at stuff. At level 5 we'll take Thirsting Blade and Eldritch Smite. Combine this with True Strike and Wrathful Smite for Phantom Blade. We'll also get Blink, which will ignore, and Elemental Weapon for elemental damage. We'll also take Spirit Shroud for more damage. We're now going to multiclass the Bard, getting Perception and the Flute. At level 1 we'll get Bardic Inspiration and 2 cantrips, taking Vicious Mockery for some sass and Blade Word to fill the slot. We'll also get 4 spells, taking Healing Word for a Healing Tint, Thunder Wave for the Overworld attack, Silvery Barbs for more sass, and Featherfall because what is fall damage? At level 2 we'll get Jack of all trades and Expertise Performance and Acrobatics. I'll also take Disguise Self for some cosmetics. At level 3 we get our Bard College, taking the College of Valor for combat inspiration. I don't have a way to give Rush, but here's some Powerful and Shout. We'll also take Aid for more HP. At level 4 we'll raise our Dexterity and take Light for a Light. I'll also take Lesser Restoration for Dark Cleansing. At level 5 we'll get D8 Inspiration and Font of Inspiration. We'll also take Enhance Ability for Superhuman Feats and Mass Healing Word. Use this after a suitably flashy attack for Grim Harvest. At level 6 we'll get the Valor Extra Attack and take Long Strider for speed. At level 7 we'll get Counter Charm and take Kinetic Jaunt for some jukes. Back to Warlock. At level 6 we'll get a Cursed Spectre, which will ignore and take Hunger of Hadar. Sciel doesn't have a damage over time move, but I figured this could be Dark Wave. At level 7 we'll take Agonizing Blast, True Strike. We'll also get Phantasmal Killer and Staggering Smite, ignore both, and take Bite for more darkness. At level 8 we'll raise our Constitution and take Backlash for a counterattack. At level 9 we'll get Contact Patron and take Life Drinker for Harvest. We'll also get Cone of Cold, which will ignore, and Banishing Smite for End Slice. Obviously combo this with True Strike and Eldritch Smite. We'll also take Innovation for more harvesting. At level 10 we'll get Armor of Hexes and take Fence to fill the slot. We'll also take Tongues to understand Gestuals. At level 11 we'll get our Mystic Arcanum, taking Circle of Death for Shadowbringer. We'll also take Protection from Evil and Good to fill the slot. Lastly, at Warlock and Bard levels 12 and 8 we'll take the Boons of Fate and Bountiful Health, capping Charisma. Not gonna lie, I was planning to take Wither and Bloom until I remembered that Warlocks don't get it. Honestly, Strixhaven should have stuck with the subclass approach. It would have actually worked very well with the new rules, considering everyone gets their subclass at level 3 now. Like, how cool would it be to have subclasses that multiple different classes can dip into? Anyway, we'll also take Devouring Blade and Freedom of Movement. Now that we're level 20, we finally have our modifiers. Our AC with our move shadows is 16, our move speed is 30, and our average HP is 203 with 20 d8 hit dice. And with that, we are done. Now what can this build do? To start, we're easily hitting that damage cap with True Strike, Eldritch Smite, and Banishing Smite. Not only that, but since you cast Banishing Smite after you hit with an attack, you could have Spirit Shroud up beforehand and still get the damage from it since you don't drop concentration until you cast Banishing Smite after the attack has landed. We're also swinging with a double damage mod with Agonizing Blast and doing 2 extra attacks after that thanks to Devouring Blade. We've also got ranged and AoE damage, some pretty good healing, and a ton of HP plus temp HP. For weaknesses, our big Mamma Jamma attack is taking up at least 2 of our 5th level slots at once. And sure, those slots come back on a short rest, but that's actually bad because nobody takes those. Adept Strength also means that anything shadow related is a threat, especially since most of our offensive options are necrotic. And we just have a surplus of concentration options to choose from. Weaknesses aside, fortune favors the bold. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to support my channel, there's a link to my Patreon down in the description. $1 a month gets you 2-day early access to my videos, while $3 a month gets you access to exclusive content, such as the battle map used in this video. Also, be honest, are the maps a hit or miss? I'm trying to figure out how to provide more content to entice new patrons. Either way, let me know what you thought of this video down in the comments. I'm going to be taking Christmas off this year, so let me just wish you all a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you all next year.